Yo guys, what's going on? Just want to make this real quick. Having some late night thoughts looking at the long-term XRP chart. So I'm over here looking at Poloniex on the weekly, right? And I'm starting to really draw parallels between the previous bull cycle and what we are at now, which we are speculating that is going into the next bull cycle. And if it follows this pattern exactly, we will know in the next 3 days. So, like, we will literally know in the next 3 days and 21 hours whether or not, like, this is going to be this same kind of deal, but right here, or not. And we will find out very, very soon. So, let me show you what I'm going with here. And we've looked at this before, but I'm kind of like finally putting this all together in just one video of literally all XRP price action ever. So notice how when we're back over here in this realm of 2015 to early 2017, we have this below half a penny, basically $0.003 as support. And this was actually very strong support for quite some time back here for XRP. So what we're seeing right there is that is the 3-year bear market where many XRP holders did capitulate and sell their XRP at dirt cheap prices before it ended up taking off and crushing some shorts. Now, here's the thing, is it starts to really look similar to what's going on right now, and we even have some sort of validation right now as I'm speaking of this previous cycle and potentially this part being copied here in the upcoming weeks. So, okay. Here's support at 0.003 throughout history. It consolidated. It had, deep scam wicks just like we're having today. Rallied up like crazy. All-time high. Boom. Peak. Bear market. Attempt. Crazy high. Again, but failed. This is kind of like our 80-cent pump in a way. Right here comes back down to the 0.003 support. Makes a sharp bounce. This is kind of like our most recent 50-cent run-up. It pulls back, goes up again, and consolidates. And then it does what XRP does best, and that is tightly consolidate. But after you have so much tight consolidation and scam wicks all over the place, right at support, like look at this scam wick right here from January 2nd, 2017. The scam wick comes perfectly right down to support. Now, what do we see here? What do we see? We first see that as it begins to break out of this insanely tight consolidation at support, like we're having right now, it first forms this cup, where at the beginning it's not very steep, but the buyers make it incredibly steep. So you get this first formation right there. And I'm sure back then on March 20, 2017, I bet you XP holders were going like, oh, yeah, right, yeah, this is it. We're going to break 2 cents all-time high and go to 20 cents. Yeah, real funny. But then the week after, in 1 week, it broke all-time high and just shattered the crypto sphere to pieces. And I'm feeling like this might happen again, except instead of this time breaking all-time high and then reaching a new all-time high that's triple the previous one, I'm thinking we're going to get something like this, but it's going to be like just barely to all-time high. I don't think it's going to be like a complete break like last time instantly. I think we're going to have something where it'll be like a serious impulse to all-time high, consolidate, pullback, scam wick, and then it would make something where, it does that kind of deal. So I'm expecting this, but on a smaller percentage base, if you know what I mean, because you have to understand like the law of diminishing returns. Basically, over time, as they keep going through their cycles, you're not going to get as big of a percentage return each time because the assets, just growing in liquidity, and it's just the way markets work. I don't make the rules, all right? So what I really want you to pay attention to here is this right there. When it first forms this cup with very shallow, very weak consolidated sellers followed by extreme buyer impulse above previous highs. And look what this did right here. Look what that move did. Look what it broke. Actually broke something quite important, which was respected even back here throughout XRP's history. This level has always been respected, and you always see either a tight pullback or tight consolidation every time you get to that level. And then in literally one weekly candle, it shattered all those and closed above. Now, what the hell is XRP doing right now? It had its, like, you know, this first half of the bull run consolidation. And then before this, I know Poloniex doesn't show up at XRP when it came out 2013. It was the same kind of deal where it was the bull run, consolidation, continue bull run, pullback for years. So essentially, this level right here, we could almost think of it as this down here, which we could have literally freaking 2 goddamn bull runs if we're right on this one. So this right here, essentially, you could think of it as this consolidation back here. Same kind of deal, same gist, same sort of just XRP doing its thing. It loves to tightly consolidate. And then it takes off, breaks new all-time high, hits $2.80 on the weekly here, which is kind of the same thing as this breaking that half a penny barrier but going straight to 2 cents. See, isn't that funny? This one went to 2 cents. This one to $2. It's like the last one. Go to $200? Like, is it going to really increase like that each time? I don't know. Let's not get too excited here. So again, following with what I'm saying, it's starting to match up things previously in XRP's history. It's right now, same thing. Consolidate. Boom. Pull back. Find support at 30 cents. And it literally breaks that support and goes even lower and relies on historical support to save its ass at 14 cents. So look what's going on here, okay? Look at that perfect double bottom on the weekly, okay? We look back here. We'll get rid of this, right? Same kind of deal. It's this major historical support zone, and it plays with it over a few years' time. It's doing that same damn thing up here, damn near identical, but the bear market's lasting a little bit longer. And it comes back to this region, and this is where you see the serious support bounces. Like back here, you saw the deep wicks down to this region, but it kept treating it as support and propping up the price. Okay, next point. As we noted here, you have the slowly weak, I don't know what you call it, dude. Just literally the sellers are basically consolidating. They're not accomplishing much, but, you know, they're sellers. They're there. But they are weak, consolidating, boom, buyer's impulse. Let's look at literally the last several weeks on XRP. What is it? Okay, this time, sellers a little bit stronger. They come in a little bit at the end here, but that support bounce really does screw them over and lead us into another consolidation, right? But you have kind of the weak selling right here, the weak selling, buyers come in, the strong sell, the strong buy from support, the scam wick to support, the strong buy, and then all of a sudden you have this impulse candle right up to historical, like, this zone is crazy. When it comes to support and resistance for the history of XRP, 30 cents is the new 0.008. Back here, 0.008, that was the biggest struggling point right here and before the big boom. Before the big boom, struggled at 30 cents a lot of wicking, a lot of struggling at this level. Treats it as support here, breaks it, turns into resistance, right? Now it's going directly back to that resistance in a super sharp manner with that weekly candle. So this weekly candle is much like this one back here. And guess what? This next one has kind of opened and shot up a little bit to 33 cents, kind of showing a little bit of its, you know, potential volatility. And this candle closes in 3 days and 20 hours. And if this decides, if this, like, you know, all the theories about the magical, I mean, I know there's like trading bots in all markets, but, like, you know, if there's like one magical, you know, algorithm that's running this damn thing and makes sure it gets run a certain way, if my theory is correct, which again, don't count on it being correct because I am wrong a lot, but I do get things right sometimes. But again, don't count on it being right. But if this is that same formation where it's like the weak selling, okay, strong selling, okay, weak selling, buyers come in, it forms that cup right back to major support and resistance, because that's what it does throughout the history, just like 0.008 was back here. So this weekly candle, guys, has 3 days and 20 hours left till close. if this is following the same kind of structural pattern as XRP was in 2015, 2017, if we're following that exact same cycle, which I think we just might be, I think in the next 3 days and 20 hours, we have a chance to do this. And I think we could easily reach 46 cents. Now, if you want to start calling me crazy, this kind of deal is possible too. Make some not crappy looking lines, but see what I mean? In the next 3 days, 20 hours, we will know. Because again, I'm not really like predicting and saying like, oh, hey, oh, this is going to be the big explosion. I'm just saying if it's truly following, it will accomplish something like this in the next 3 days and 20 hours. Or maybe this candle, you know what? Maybe this one closes as like a doji green, red, small body, and then the next one is a big impulse like this. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but if we're following that kind of same price action theory here, guys, in 3 days and 20 hours, we should see something like this, where it is just straight up breaking previous highs like no one's business, getting above resistance and closing above with dramatic price action. So I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not saying I'm expecting this to happen, but considering XRP's history, I think it's in our best interest to give it a look and see if it will follow that same cycle from 2017, which was the initial buyer impulse right to resistance. Next weekly candle was the one that went insane. And that is what might happen right here. So again, don't get excited. I will probably be wrong on this, but just think about it. Look at the charts. This might just actually come through. And it would make sense to, because look at the monthly. Catching major support up here. Catching major support up here. And all of a sudden, buyer's impulse above previous high, followed by green. And it's like, dude, you could end up having a monthly where it's like straight to 60 cents. Or even maybe straight to like the dollar range. You never know. And it would make sense because Bitcoin and Ethereum are setting up to get back to all-time highs. So I think I might not be 100% correct on this, but I might be a little bit correct on this one. And dude, it's time for XRP to blow a lid and show the world what it is made of after being suppressed for years. Okay, dude, back here, monthly chart. Okay, maybe not like the same kind of double bottom scenario, but it had that historical support, which it played at the beginning of the month, right? At the beginning before it played it. After, came down to it after the crash, came down to it one more time, and didn't really, follow it here exactly, but you could say with the wicking, it did get down there as if it was some kind of support test. So it's just like everything is looking so damn similar that my brain's starting to click and go, okay, like what the hell? Because, for example, last thing I want to show on the weekly is you notice how we are currently breaking above like the previous levels at which when XRP broke that level last time, it went to freaking like 7,000% in one move. Like that's pretty insane. I don't know, 6,000%, something like that. But right now we're battling that same level in which once we broke that level, right? Last time we broke that level, it led to all-time high. Again, back here. Oh, what happened? That same level that is relevant to recent XRP price action as well as before the impulse. This level was very important. And what did it do? The weekly went straight at it. Super bullish energy right past that critical resistance that has played for the last 3 years. And it fucking went after it and it broke. And I've got a sneaky suspicion. Because again, look at this. Look at how this support. Support. Look at all this resistance. Look at how it plays out, right? Same deal here. It was resistance back here, support here, and then turn it to resistance, and look at what it did. Power move right back to it. The same levels which we broke before, which led us to extreme 1,000% gains. Guys, I don't know for sure if we are on the cusp of a major move here, which would actually make sense following that, the U.S. economy is about to go into the absolute garbage. It already has. It's just stocks are the last thing that hasn't really slid yet. But it would make sense that now would be the time, especially with banks being able to custody digital assets. dude, who the hell knows where we go from here, but let's just hope for the best. And, dude, just keep our eyes on the charts and see what happens because it is time. Guys, thank you for tuning in the video today. Really do appreciate it. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Check the links in the description if you want to support the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one.